What's happening everyone, TomGorian here and welcome to episode 24 of the F123 Haas to Glory. Apologies about the long breaks between episodes from the last one to this one. Obviously EAWRC came out, I made a couple of videos on EAWRC and there's just been some personal stuff that has happened in the way. Now, before I begin this video, I have to say, as I did in the post, this is the Belgium Grand Prix and as you can see, we are in the lead of the Drivers' Championship. This was supposed to be the Hungarian Grand Prix race, however, the Hungarian Grand Prix race file got corrupted, which I'm pissed because that was a good fucking race and we started 14th and we clawed all the way back to win the race on the last lap, and I'm fuming that the file corrupted. So unfortunately, you're not going to get Hungary, you're going to get the Belgian Grand Prix, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about that, but hey ho, we move on. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more F123 content, and also check out the playlist if you've missed any episodes up until this point, and also turn the notifications bell on so that you never miss an upload of the Haas to Glory. So, let's get started. We've got two upgrades coming. We've got one for the fuel technology and also one for the rotor speed, which will help with the ERS management, and we also began this episode with a durability department event, and we are going to go to that meeting, and there is confirmation about both powertrain upgrades as we head towards the first of two powertrain circuits. Obviously today is Spa and the next episode will be at Monza. So we come into this weekend off the back of a win at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we don't have any upgrade slots to try and do anything. So it's a sprint weekend and hopefully we can score maximum points. Let's do this. So here we go, qualifying for the Belgium Grand Prix, and obviously this is the first sprint weekend of the season, and with this game it does carry the old sprint format, so that's very, very disappointing. But we only had one practice session, so I couldn't really dial in with the setup. But I will say this, there's a lot to carry from what should have been this episode, the Hungarian Grand Prix, to this race right here. So I've noticed that when you upgrade the car in the career mode and you run a custom setup, the car feels worse than it should do on a default setup, and that's what I've been doing. I've been running the default setup and I've been making tweaks to the suspension, the wings, also the ride height and also the geometry, and I think I've finally understood how to master this game when it comes to the setup. So here we are, beginning the lap here at Spa for our final qualifying lap, and as you can see, we've got a godly run out of oh god, it's the hairpin. It's not the source. Is it the source? I think it's the source. We've gained literally just under 2 temps as we come in towards Les Combes. We are literally just over 2.5 temps up on our lap time, and now it's 3 temps up. So we are actually banging this. So far, this has been a perfect start towards our lap here in qualifying, and as you can see, we're nearly 5 temps up as we enter no name. If we need to get pole, we're looking at probably 8 temps, 9 temps, maybe even a second, or even, what, a second and a half, I'm not sure. I forgot who's actually on pole right now, I think it's Charles Leclerc. But as we enter sector 2, we're just under 5 temps up, so it's looking good so far, but obviously with F122 there's mad track evolution as we enter the double right-handers, as we come now on towards the back straight. Green in the second sector, and we are 8 temps up, so we've gained an extra 4 temps as we enter the final straight of qualifying. We are going to be the last car to cross the line in this qualifying session, so hopefully we can be in the top 10. This car isn't a good qualifying car as we enter the bus stop for the final time in qualifying here at Spa, and as you can see we do get a bit of a decent run. It's going to be an 8/10 improvement as we cross the line now, and it's going to be P5 here at Spa, so not really a bad qualifying result to be honest. But it's just one of those ones where the AI seem to be ridiculously overpowered in qualifying. And as you can see, Verstappen on pole and Charles just less than a tenth. a 10th behind Verstappen in the Ferrari. So, here we go, sprint weekend, 8 laps here around Spa, and then it is 22 laps for the main race. So we've got plenty of racing content coming in this episode today as we get ready for the second half of Season 2 of the Haas to Glory. So, Verstappen on pole, it's Perez in P3, which is our championship rival. So hopefully we can try and jump him at the start. So hopefully we can try and get a decent start here as we get ready for the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. It's lights out and away we go for the sprint race. It's a good start by Leclerc, Perez and Norris. An awful start for Verstappen as we head towards La Source hairpin. And Leclerc takes the lead. It's going to be side by side between Norris and Perez. We're into P4. Gasly has even jumped Verstappen on the mediums. So Verstappen's had a stinker of a start, unlike what he's had in real life, as we enter Eau Rouge and now in towards the straight and now in towards the Les Combes chicane. Charles Leclerc has a massive lead. Norris goes defensive as we enter Les Combes. Perez around the outside. We're going to try and get somewhat of a switchback, but they've blocked us off quite well as we enter the second lap of 8. We've got 6 laps to go, and it's going to be flat out all the way until the end as we go up the hill in towards Eau Rouge, and we're going to try and pick them off one by one, and it begins with Sergio Perez. The man has had a stinker of a season in the real life Formula 1, and he's going to have a stinker of a Grand Prix today as we're going to go down the inside in towards La Source, and that is picture perfect. We are up into third place here at Spa, and I really do like this track. If you remember to last season, I did a clean sweep. I got the fast lap, got the sprint pole, and I won the race. So hopefully we can try and go back-to-back Spa victories in today's episode. We've got the DRS on Lando Norris as we head towards the Les Combes chicane, and as you can see, slipstream plus DRS, and that is going to be an easy overtake around the outside in towards Les Combes, and that is P2 in this race. And now on to lap 6. We have got 2 laps to go until the sprint race is over, and we are now going to try and overtake Charles Leclerc for the lead of the sprint race as we go up the hill once again. And it's pretty much it's a formality at this point. We've got the DRS, and we're going to try and use most of our ERS. Leclerc goes defensive as we enter towards Les Combes. We're going to go around the outside in towards Les Combes, and that is the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix on lap number 6. Well, it's not really the Belgian Grand Prix, it's just the Belgian Grand Prix sprint race. And that would be the end of that. Charles would try and go down the inside, but there's not enough time. And that would be the first victory of the race weekend. We do take victory of the sprint, and that is the perfect way to start our weekend here at Spa. Qualified 5th, even in a car that has not really qualified well this season, and we've managed to change that qualifying result in towards a sprint race W. So that's the first W of the weekend, and hopefully we can try and get the second dub at the end of Sunday. As you can see, David Croft pretty much announces that we've extended our lead on top of the championship, and hopefully we can carry this momentum in towards the race tomorrow. So without further ado, it's time for the race.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Thomas lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Perez, Verstappen, Sainz, Gasly, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Joe, Albon, Bottas, Liam Lawson, Sargent, De Vries and Yuki Tsunoda. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. They've been involved in a number of costly incidents lately. That's got to affect their mindset going into this race.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Welcome to the grid for Grand Prix Sunday here at Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix, race 10 of the second season, half the Haas to glory. And surprisingly, the strategy did catch me off guard. I thought for a solitary second that we would go softs to mediums, but the wear on this track is worse than expected, and we do not have a fresh set of mediums because we went for a softer allocation. So the game is forcing our hand, and we have to go with a soft to hard strategy, which I do not like because the hards in this game are not the tyre to go for. And as you can see, everyone and their mother, apart from my teammate Kevin Magnussen and I think Shoguan Yu, is going on the mediums to start this race. But it's a simple one-stop. We're going to go from softs to hards, and hopefully, if there's no safety cars, it should be an easy one-stop. There is setup. I've made some changes. 1411 wings, when we go 34 or 33 M11 on the suspension. And yeah, everything is similar. So, here we go. We know what we have to do. So let's do this.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Last season, we took victory at Spa in the sprint race, and we dominated to take the victory in the main race. So hopefully, we can try and repeat performance here today. We've got Charles Leclerc in second, followed by Lando Norris in third, and then Max Verstappen in P4. Got some hungry drivers wanting to win at Spa, and hopefully, we can try and get a late race run as we enter the second half of this championship. We are leading, and hopefully now we can try and build on that. But here we go, getting ready for 5 red lights here at Spa. Quick launch and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc has had a good start as we enter turn 1. We do have the inside line, bit of contact between us and the Ferrari as we go down the hill in towards El Rouge, but it's us and Leclerc, Verstappen in P3, Norris and then Perez is the top 5 as we go down the hill in towards El Rouge and up in towards the Camel Straight, and Charles Leclerc is absolutely obliterating us in the slipstream. He's going to go around the outside. Is the Ferrari driver. He's looking for a win today. Can he get the win? In towards Les Combe chicane, and we're going to outbrake him, touch the apex right there, and we do retain the lead here at the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. On towards lap number 2, and we do have the fast lap once again, but I will say this. That Ferrari is quite quick in a straight line, and I thought I was running quite low wings with 1411, but that Ferrari was just running something else. He doesn't even have DRS. The guy doesn't even have DRS, and he's already ahead of us, but obviously we do manage to outbrake him as we enter Les Combe once again, and that is the theme for this race. If the car behind doesn't have DRS, then all you have to do is just, abuse the ERS battery, hold the inside, and just widen the line before you enter the corner. But one of the corners that Charles was, get a run out of was that run in towards Blanchimont, and he was all over me after the 2 right-handers there. And you'll see in this video that Charles does get a good run out of that corner alone. As we have a green flag, I think that's a Mercedes who has retired from this race, and I do believe Charles Leclerc will have DRS, so we're going to cut towards that Mercedes in a minute. George Russell is out of the session, and we are out of the win here at Spa because Charles Leclerc has taken the lead here at the Belgian Grand Prix for the first time this race. We do try and find a way back, but we can't find any way, and that is George Russell. Another engine retirement for the Mercedes. That's a very embarrassing moment Mercedes not had a good 2023, and in this universe, they are not having a good 2024. As we cut now in towards lap 5, we have the DRS, and now it's just a game of DRS chicken, and we retain the lead. Here at Spa, Charles Leclerc can do nothing against our godly straight line speed and our unstoppable engine power. But this is the corner that I was on about, the double right-handers. And as you can see, look at the run that Charles gets. As you see my tyre wear, 37, 36, 34 and 33%. So we are pretty much on the verge of boxing in a couple laps time. But Charles is just all over us as we enter Blanchimont and then the bus stop chicane. But we are able to hold our own as we enter lap 8 once again on the Kemmel Straight. And yeah, Charles, as you can see, look at the gap. He's just under 3 temps, away. And I'm just trying to weave, trying to break the slipstream, but he just closes that gap like it's nothing. And now I have to do that work all over again. I do lose the back end a couple of times, but we do retain the lead. So lap 8. Again, coming in towards that corner, and Charles Leclerc is absolutely all over us. He does get a bit of a run here, and I have to use a bit of my ERS, but I'm not going to fight him. I don't want to fight him because if I do, I'm just going to lose time to Lando Norris, Max, Sergio, and the others, as we now enter the bus stop chicane. And as you can see, I do make a bit of contact with Charles Leclerc on this rear, but Charles actually does the undercut. He's going to box on the beginning of lap 9 of this race. So knowing that, I'm going to box on the next lap. I'm going to box right now, and we're going to try and cover off Charles Leclerc. And I do think Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, I believe. No, Gasly stays out. Gasly stays out, so it's myself, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, Alex Albon stays out. My teammate stays out, obviously. So we're going to box in now for our one and only stop. Lewis Hamilton comes in as well. Lance Stroll comes in as well. We're going to do a 2.2 second pit stop, and it's going to be on the hard tyres. So thankfully, we have not got jumped by Norris or Verstappen. However, we have got jumped by Charles Leclerc, and the undercut has worked significantly in our against us here at Spa, and Leclerc has built out a 2-second gap already as we cut later on in towards lap 10. There's a yellow flag, Yuki Tsunoda, Liam Lawson there in the background. Yellow flag?
What?
Illegal overtake? Are you mad? What do you mean illegal overtake? Liam Lawson was responsible for the whatever, EA. Okay, then if that's an illegal overtake, then yeah, I must be stupid and blind because, Liam Lawson was responsible for that yellow flag, and yeah, there's nothing I could have done there to try and, Charles Leclerc also overtook, so, technically Leclerc has to give that position back, but hey-oh, that's F123 for you. Just another reason why this game really, really baffles my brain. So, lap 14, we've got around about 8 laps to go, and in this period of the race, all I'm doing is just hunting Charles Leclerc down, and it's inevitable, and I'm going to overtake him. However, what isn't inevitable is the fact that the both Red Bulls are behind me, and they're both on the medium tyres. So I'm going to try and use the DRS to try and extend my lead against the Red Bulls, and hopefully Pierre Gasly as well. However, Leclerc has really dropped off the pace, and as you can see, we are overtaking him for the lead once again. It's a back and forth exchange between me and Charles Leclerc. All race long, we've been constantly swapping the lead here at Spa. So, lap 16, as you can see, a bit of an overcast. Clouds. Oh, look at the clouds. They're very dark, so we could get some rain at the end of this race. However, Sergio Perez, he wants to win here today. He's in second place. He's just overtook Charles Leclerc, and now he's on the medium tyres, and I actually thought I was in trouble. I'm on the hards, and obviously that Red Bull is absolutely overpowered as Charles Leclerc tries to go around the outside in towards Les Combes, and obviously we force him wide. That's the first part. However, this is second part. He has a godly run. Again, I'm trying to force him on the inside, and it's just a matter of me outbraking him, pinching him on the apex, and retaining the lead. However, I can't hold on for long. However, one more factor is coming into play. Look at the bottom right. Look at the fuel. 0.03 laps of fuel. I did slightly underfuel the car. I thought I was going to make it to the end. However, the red light's flashing. So, there's a good chance that we might actually run out of fuel on the last lap. So Verstappen is now in second place. He's just over 6 tenths behind as we enter Sector 3. All that work that we did, literally overtaking, Charles Leclerc and having the battles with him and having the battles with Sergio Perez, could all blow up in smoke because we don't have enough fuel to last in this race. It's a cruel way to lose, but can we hold on? Looking for Verstappen, he's literally just over 3 tenths behind as we enter the bus stop. We have to lift and coast. We go a little bit wide. Can Verstappen try and rob this victory like how he robbed Lewis Hamilton in 2021? The answer is no. We take the victory here at Spa.
Then on one of the all-time classic circuits, they persevered to take the win here today. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I feel like consistent probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Haas are no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win here this weekend, and our drive making their way out for the podium celebrations as we speak.
We had a bit of a moment there with the fuel. I did think for a solitary second during that race that we underfueled the car too much, and you even saw right before I crossed the line that it was on low fuel mode, so chances are if we did underfuel the car slightly a little bit more, we would have run out of fuel right before the bus stop, and that would have been absolutely heartbreaking. But thankfully, we got the win today. The car felt really good in practice, and it just, for some reason, after Hungary, this car has just felt really, really alive. And yeah, we got the maximum result. Sprint pole position, I don't think we got the fast lap, but we did get the win. 33 points. And now we extend the gap to Sergio Perez, 32 points, and 52 points to Verstappen, because Verstappen DNF'd in the last race. That is that for episode 24 of the F1 23 Haas to Glory. We are now coming to the summer break on the back of 2 wins, and hopefully we can try and extend the gap as we come to Monza for the next race. But thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe for more F1 23 Haas to Glory content, and I'll see you all in the next video in a bit.